Hi everybody, and welcome to Not Buy Bread Alone. Today I'm going to make a recipe that is good for both summertime and wintertime. But first, before I get into the recipe, I'm going to share my apron with you. So my father passed away a couple months ago, and so a good friend of mine gave me a pattern to make aprons by using old shirts. And so I took a few of my dad's shirts and I made this apron. It is done out of one of his dress shirts. And then at the bottom, I made the pocket to put on it that says "Born to Bake." And so for you ladies out there who enjoy sewing, this is a very fun and quick pattern to do. But yeah, so this shirt that I chose, my father's, is a memory that I had with him that many years ago, I won't say how many, but went on a cruise with him and my mom, and my dad was a horse jockey. And this was one of the shirts that he wore. And it was quite comical because he didn't have any jockey pants, so I gave him a pair of my purple leggings to wear. My father is about 6'1", so it was quite adorable. So anyway, so we will get on with the recipe now. So today I'm going to be making a taco salad. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to pick your protein, whether you use ground beef, whether you use shredded chicken, or maybe you want to go with tofu, or maybe you want to use one of the other vegan beefs or chicken, whatever you want to do. But you're going to pick your protein first. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to cook it up. So anyway, so you're going to put just a little bit of olive oil in your pan, which my thing seems to be new and not opened yet. There we go. Now we'll put just a little bit of olive oil in there to cook that up with. And my protein I'm choosing is going to be chicken. So there we go. You're going to just cook your ground beef or chicken and whatnot until it's cooked thoroughly. So that only takes maybe, 5-6 minutes, something like that. So we'll let that get warmed up in there. So then while that is cooking, we are going to make the dressing for that. So our dressing consists of sour cream, lime juice, and a little bit of salt. So just get that sour cream in there like so. And get a little bit of salt. We don't need a whole lot. And then of course the lime juice. The lime juice is what really makes this dressing. Not many ingredients to it. Let me tell you, it is quite tasty. There we go. Very good. Very good. And we're just going to mix that together. This little whisk, when you buy your whisk, they come out pretty big. And when you're trying to do something small in a bowl, it doesn't work so good. But we had bought our granddaughter her own little miniature baking set, and this is her little baby whisk in there that works perfect for that. So just food for thought, so to speak, that you can always buy a child set to get what you need that works quite well. There we go. Kind of mix that up really nice. Okay, now we will just set that aside for now. Come back over here to get our chicken. And like I do with every recipe, I will be putting the ingredients and the amounts and all that on Facebook for you to make it. Okay. Now I had pre-cooked my chicken, so I'm just trying to heat it up a little bit. And so once that gets all in there and cooked, we're going to add some taco seasoning to it. Now, you can make your own, or you can do a store-bought packaging and that. And I just put that in there. And then, of course, with a little bit of water. Just mix that up. Already smelling good. Taco salad has been one of my favorite things for a long time. Not quite as good as nachos, but you know, it's a close second. There we go. Yeah. And once you get your protein all cooked up and everything in there, we're going to add in a can of chili beans. And here I am using the vegetarian chili beans. But just whatever your favorite one is. Go. And we're just going to let that simmer and cook just to get it heated through real nice. It doesn't take that long to do that. So while that is preparing, we will go ahead and start prepping over the salad a little bit. Well, actually, we're going to wait on that maybe just for a few more minutes. You will need some chips, and you can use whatever you like. You can use regular tortilla chips or whatnot. I like to use the nacho cheese Doritos. They just seem to have that little extra flavor in there. They have that little bit of cheesy flavor with the nachos. Cheese flavor on there, and it just adds a little extra to your to your salad. So okay, so we're gonna toss our salad a little bit. Ooh, I don't dump it out first. And just get your lettuce. I pre-chopped my lettuce there. And then we're going to add it's not my tomatoes. Add our tomatoes. We'll just kind of get that mixed up. Now you can add other things too, like olives or maybe some scallions or green onions, or whatever other things that you like to mix into that. And there we go. Aside. And I also like to add a little bit of tomato sauce to your protein mixture. There we go. This does make quite a bit. Well, all righty. Okay, now with your salad as well, we're going to add a little bit of cheese in there. And I am using the Fiesta blend. You have a little bit more than just one kind of cheese. And this is shredded just a little bit finer than what some of your regular shredded cheese is. And so I'll find me another spoon here. Okay, that's tossed up real nice. Oh. Yeah. It's looking good. So, okay, so I think our protein mixture here should be nice and heated. Looking very good. Now it will thicken up a little bit as you cook it along. It'll still be a little bit saucy. So now we're going to assemble the salad. Okay, so what I like to do first, you're going to put a little bit of your protein mixture down on the bottom. Just kind of preference as to how much you use, really. I like to put in a little extra, that way at the end I might have a little bit left to where I can dip my chips into. So, and then we will add our salad mixture like that. Okay, and then of course we can't forget the salsa, can we? I'm using a mild restaurant blend salsa. It's because I don't do well with spicy foods. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go back to our dressing here. You'll just drizzle a little bit of the dressing on top. Like so. And then for the chips, now you can do your chips, you can leave them whole, or you can take them and you can crush them down a little bit, which is what I like to do. I just do it by hand. That there, and then you just sprinkle those right there on top. There you go. And then if you like, put a couple whole ones on there so you can dip your protein down there at the end. And so, I don't know if a cameraman can kind of zoom in to take a closer look at the salad. And you can add like an avocado for the topping as well, is what I like to do. But my avocado wasn't ripe enough yet to be able to use today. So, and there you have it. You can serve with your favorite drink, and then bon appetit. So, and please, we all always remember to be grateful for God's provisions, and taste and see that the Lord is good.